The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Oh, hey everyone, welcome back to The Absurd, a podcast of things absurd, histories, mysteries, and strange goings-on. Freaky, funny, and sometimes frightening.
I can't laugh like you do.
I know, last time I did it, I coughed all over my couch.
He did. It was great.
That other voice there in the background, that's the amazing Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you today?
Great. I'm having some beers.
Me too. We are at Rural Roots Brewery in Elmira, Ontario, Mel's current hometown and my growing up hometown. We are here with the owner, proprietor of said Rural Roots. Hey, Roger, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Jim Dandy.
Really? I thought your name was Rod.
It is. I'm Rod.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but I'm not Rod Dandy. That sounds weird. Hey, so thanks a lot, Roger, for having us here today.
You're most welcome. Glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. We are recording on location, and we have some of our faithful followers here who are enjoying the libations offered by Roger and team. Hello, guests. Hi,
Cheers.
everyone.
Yeah.
They're not, see, now they're really not paying
Yeah, it's
attention.
kind of weird. It's gone the other way. Eh?
We said hi.
Good Lord. Hey, Mel, do you have something you want to ask our benefactor here, Mr. Roger?
Not really, no.
Go ahead
no,
anyway.
I don't know.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great show.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, how long have you guys been in town here?
So we opened up August of 2019.
Oh.
Kind of established as a corporation in 2017. Took us a little while to get the doors open.
Oh,
And then, of course, 7 months later, we had a little thing called COVID.
I remember it well.
Yeah. And made it through that with the support of a great community, and here we are.
And me,
Sweet.
and me,
And-
and me,
and Mel.
me.
Oh, and Mel, yeah. I no
Yes.
doubt your shares went up
I was here on
significantly.
day one.
Yeah.
You were day one.
Yes.
Ooh.
Wow. Mel, you have anything you want to say? Ask Roger?
Yeah. Do you got any cool beer stories for us? Like something that you want to share with our people?
Nothing.
Nothing. No beer stories at all. Okay. Wow. Great. Thanks to see
Yeah,
you.
okay. Yeah, one of the cool ones. I mean, a lot of the beers that I've made here, the names, the stories behind the beers, the styles, are more traditional, and most all of them have a bit of a personal flair to them, if you will. From childhood, from growing up in a rural farming community outside of Atwood, and one of the cool stories is when I opened this place, I knew I'd meet a lot of people,
Like me.
and others,
Yeah.
and a couple others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not near as valuable or
No,
important.
of course.
But with so many of my core beers, they do have that personal connection, great different flavors and variety, more in a traditional style. One of the cool parts of this place was I met a young man. He was 83. His name was Lord Ernest Lyons.
Oh, I know him well.
And
Yes.
Ernie and I became
Lord.
incredibly good friends. Yeah. Some call him the king. I
Yeah.
call him the Lord. He was all. And for the first little while, I could barely understand because he had such a thick Irish accent. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he couldn't hear me because he was, a little hard of hearing.
Yes.
And we were really loud and busy in here like we are this afternoon most of the time. Some are hit and miss right now. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But Lord Ernest and I became really good friends, and I did a couple beers in his honor. So unfortunately, Lord Ernest passed away a couple years ago, and One of the beers that I did that I wanted to honor him with was, it was going to be, originally it was going to be a light Pilsner. Long aging, really crisp, really clean. In the process of making beer, you make the beer and then it sits in a fermenter from 2 weeks to 4 weeks type of thing, depending on the style. And I had a few different beers percolating at the time. And this particular beer was in one fermenter, and another beer was in the one beside it. The one beside it was one of your favorites, Mel.
What is it?
Sailor's Delight. Sailor's Delight has a lot of fruit additives in it, and so it came time in the fermentation process for me to add some fruit to it. So I got all my fruits ready, climbed my ladder, got up to the top of the fermenter, added about 3/4 of the fruit, and I realized I put it in the wrong stinking fermenter.
I think I remember this story.
Right?
I remember you telling me
I
this.
put it in the Pilsner instead of Sailor's Delight. So we had to, on the fly, change what that beer was becoming, and I turned it from a Pilsner into a light fruited IPA called Plotting and Planning IPA.
Awesome.
And it's caught on really well. So a little mistake turned into a really popular beer, and that's sometimes what happens.
Awesome.
All the planning you do
Absolutely.
out the window when you make a mistake, and then
Rod
you create
is my
something cool.
mistake.
Rod is your mistake.
Which is kind of a neat trick biologically because I'm older than she is.
Right. Well. So yeah, that's a cool little story that we have.
That is
about
cool.
One particular beer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you.
Well, I am presently enjoying their beer Community Kolsch, which is a fantastic beer.
Yes.
Very good. Cheers for that, Roger.
You're welcome. Thank you for that. And the story about Kolsch, for beer aficionados, traditionally, obviously, a very German beer. And the roots of Kolsch were only in Cologne. Cologne, Germany is where you could brew a Kolsch. The Germans had very strict rules when it came to what beer is. And the Rhine-Heitsgebot Agreement is one of those. And that stated only 4 ingredients go into a beer: water, malted barley, hops, and yeast.
Right.
The cool part about Kolsch was, and this is secondhand information from a friend from Germany that said originally any brewery that wanted to brew a Kolsch had to be able to see the steeple of the church on top of the hill in Cologne.
Yes.
If you couldn't from your property, you weren't allowed to brew the Kolsch. I think that's changed.
I hope
Because
so.
I can't see that steeple from here.
No.
Right.
And a lot in Germany can, however. So anyway, a tidbit about Kolsch.
Cool,
Awesome.
cool.
There you go.
Well, thank you very
Awesome,
much.
yeah. Thanks,
for
Roger.
having us here.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming here. This
And
is really
again-
cool that we can host you guys and that you wanted to be part of what we got going on at Rural Roots.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming out.
Awesome.
Cool.
And so thanks again, Roger. We appreciate that. And
I gotta go pee.
good luck. I have like almost an hour to wait before I can do that.
So you said you could edit it. So
I can't.
He's stuck.
I'm trapped back here.
that's a mistake.
All right, so we got a lot of some familiar faces here in the
Yeah,
room.
we sure do.
I want to thank, let's see here, we got Greg, Heather, Kara, Leslie, Ben, Sean, Theo, Steve, Christine, Vanessa, and Adam all here to join us today. That's awesome, eh? Yeah, woo. I think we'll probably jump right into our stories
Yeah,
now,
let's
and
do
the
it.
fantastic Mel is going to lead us off with that.
fantastic
What do
Mel.
you got for us today,
Well,
Mel?
I have a question for you.
Please.
Do you like bananas?
You know, it's funny you say that. Hey, Leslie, she just asked me the question, do I like bananas? She hates bananas. Her and her twin sister hate bananas.
Really?
Yeah. Leslie, what are you doing here? You anti-banana heathen, you? I like them,
Anti-banana
but they have like 4 hours of edibility.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
I like banana flavor, but the actual art of eating a banana is not really for me.
But I let them die a slow, painful
So
death.
you can make bread out of
Then
it?
I make banana bread or banana muffins. It's true.
Well, would you pay like, possibly $1 million for one?
Absolutely
if not.
not.
More?
Absolutely not.
Well, let me tell you.
Tell me.
In 2019, at an art fair in New York,
Uh-huh.
an Italian artist named Mauricio Catalan fixed a yellow banana to a white wall with silver duct tape and called it Comedian.
Call it what?
Comedian.
Comedian.
Yes.
Okay.
Like as a joke.
Yeah.
It turned into a much discussed sensation and could sell for over $1 million at an upcoming auction.
Wow.
No one knows if it was a prank or a commentary on the state-of-the-art world. Either way, crowds started to gather, and so many people wanted their picture with the banana that they had to withdraw it from view. However, 3 editions of it sold for between $120,000 and $150,000,
Whoa.
according to the art gallery.
Okay.
The conceptual artwork has an estimated value of between $1 million and $1.5 million at the Sotheby's. Sure.
What?
Sotheby's auction.
Oh, Sotheby's?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They're a famous art house.
Okay.
Yeah, art auction.
So there was an auction on November the 20th.
Okay.
The auction's head of contemporary art, David Galperan, calls it profound and provocative. What Mauricio is really doing is turning a mirror to the contemporary art world and asking questions, provoking thought about how we ascribe value to artworks and what we defined as artwork. Bidders won't be buying the same fruit that was on display in Miami.
Right.
I sure hope not. There wouldn't be much left.
Just fruit flies.
Those bananas are long gone. Sotheby's says the fruit were always meant to be replaced regularly, along with the tape. What you buy when you buy Mauricio's Comedian is not the banana itself, but a certificate of authenticity that grants the owner the permission and authority to reproduce this banana and duct tape on their wall as the original artwork by Mauricio Catalan. Mauricio premiered the artwork at an art fair, visited by a well-off art collector, where Comedian was sure to get a lot of attention on social media. That might mean that art constitutes a dare of sorts to the collectors to invest in something absurd.
Oh, good word.
For many, Comedian is an object lesson in the excess of the art world, the absurdity of the art market, and the gaping wealth inequalities that now define the global economy. So I looked up the auction to see what it sold for. Mm-hmm. You're never going to guess how much the stupid banana sold for.
I think I read this. It was like 6 point something million, wasn't it?
6.2 million.
And
what?
What he wants to do with it.
He ate it.
Yeah, he ate the banana.
Yeah, he totally ate it.
What a
he just
schmuck.
bought it. It was purchased by a Chinese cryptocurrency entrepreneur.
Of course it was.
So the final sale was roughly 4 times the initial estimated value.
Like, isn't this kind of a case where you know you have too much money when?
Yeah, just
like,
a
seriously,
little
dude,
bit.
you buy a banana for $6 million and you eat it.
I wish I had that kind of money.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't do that shit.
No.
Wow.
So think about that the next time you buy a 30-cent banana.
I wish they were 30 cents.
Yeah.
Do you like bananas? Oh, you said you like
Not to
banana
just eat
flavor.
one. I like banana flavor.
Banana popsicles?
Do the banana marshmallows count?
Do banana what?
The marshmallows.
There's banana
You know the
marshmallows?
little banana marshmallows you can get at the dollar store?
Vaguely.
The candies.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't really like
They're
them.
fantastic.
Not into it.
Yeah, whatever.
They have no
Loser.
appeal.
I see what you did there.
You better.
All right, what you got?
Oh, I got stuff that you wouldn't believe. But I'm going to get the attention of our guests.
Why?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, guests. I am going to regale you with several
Such big
absurd facts. And I want you to indicate by yes or no if you knew this was a fact. All right? We good? We understand each other?
Just say yes.
There will not be a quiz afterwards unless you annoy me, and then in which case there will be a lengthy quiz. All right, first. Yes? No, you need a pencil. Sorry. And you must show your work. Okay. You ready, Mel? Here we
can't
go.
wait.
A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. How, you ask?
This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, but it does,
you
my
high?
dear. This might sound crazy, but it's true. Venus takes about 243 Earth days to complete one rotation on its axis, while it only takes 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. So it spins really slow. Yeah, I'm telling you. I knew you'd be dazzled. But you just wait.
Thanks for humoring him, by the way.
All right, I'm going to ask a question to the crowd. What food never spoils?
Twinkies.
Honey is the correct answer. Twinkies is
It's a great answer.
a good answer.
Just like McDonald's French fries.
Right. So honey never spoils. Archaeologists have actually found pots of honey in ancient Egypt tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Its low moisture content and acidity act as natural preservatives, preventing bacteria and mold from growing. But here's good news for you, Mel. Because you are wont to hurt yourself, accidentally of course, but so frequently, as it is an antimicrobial, honey can contribute to all stages of wound healing and has been used in direct application and in dressings. So if you cut yourself, you can put honey on it and it will help with the wound. What do you think of them apples?
Yeah, whatever.
All right. You know what a sloth is?
Yes.
Those things that they're really
They're
long.
great.
They are great.
They're cool.
A sloth takes so long to digest food that it can starve to death on a full stomach. That would suck.
Wow.
Right? Oh, I'm so full. Oh my God, I'm dying.
I feel like that a lot of times,
Yeah.
though.
All right, this one I know will be of particular interest to several people in the crowd, whom I shall not identify by name. Most fish don't fart, but herring do. A study found that herring likely communicate via farting. Imagine that? So it'd be like, oh, it smells
that's
like they
my-
want to come over tomorrow night.
I mean, that's my love language. I don't know about the rest of you.
We need to start doing this remotely, like from separate houses. All right, sharks. You like sharks?
No. But go ahead.
But they do good stuff. Like
What?
sharks have been around for over 400 million years and have been around Earth longer than trees. In fact, sharks have been around longer than Saturn has had rings.
Wow, look at you.
Look at me.
Wealth of knowledge.
So sharks have been around longer than the rings of Saturn, which are thought to have been around for 10 to 100 million years. So, like things like Sharknado and Shark Avalanche still aren't true. Have you seen those movies? How can there be a shark avalanche?
That would be cool. Can you imagine?
No?
I watched a movie recently. What was
Really?
it? I
Me
think
too.
it was called Sharks in the Corn or something like that. And it was terrible. But
He
it
who
was
swims between the
highly
rows, or
entertaining.
what?
Yeah, they would look in the cornfield and they just see these like shark fins going through the cornfield.
Hey, Steve, you're a farmer. Have you ever had sharks in your cornfield?
Not too often.
Perhaps. Oh, but you have
Oh,
obviously. then.
not too often.
That's
It's
terrifying.
just raw.
Gotcha. The Amazon River. You're familiar with the Amazon River? Second longest river in the world, has no bridges crossing it. It's a fact. So the nearest bridge, Rio Negro, which stands for Black River, has a bridge crossing it right where it meets the Amazon, but that doesn't count because it's not crossing the Amazon, Mel.
And how long is it, did you say? Or do you know?
I didn't.
Oh.
But it's the
Never
second
mind.
longest river in the world, so it's long.
Okay, figure it out.
Really long. Now, this one is revolting beyond belief.
Okay.
It is possible for your bowel movements to go backwards, causing you to poop from your mouth.
What?
I've heard a lot of people talk shit. You know? But not so literally. Dude, you got something on the side of your corner of your mouth.
You may want to wipe that off.
Yeah.
Or do you need a Kleenex?
And then some.
And a mint.
The only place gold can be found naturally in the human body is in your toenails. You ingest. I know. Yeah. I wonder if people who do pedicures like collect them and melt it down.
God.
You ingest minute amounts in your food, minute amounts of gold. The body doesn't use it, and it settles to the lowest place since it's dense and gets excreted out the toenails as they grow.
Such a gross word.
Yeah, it isn't awesome. Unless you're talking about those Hawkins cheesies, because they excrete those. You ever had Hawkins cheesies?
No.
Oh, dude. Anybody here had Hawkins cheesies?
Are those the ones with the straight egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Damn good. Wish I was eating some right now.
Hungry.
The national anthem of Greece has 158 verses. Imagine memorizing that. Imagine what time does school must start at like 2 p.m. By the time they get all that done. It's all Greek to me anyway. So baguettes. You know what a baguette is? Yeah, good. They were made to be long and thin so they could be stored by being shoved down French soldiers' trousers. So it'd be like, is that a baguette in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Yeah.
Right. Where's the vinegar?
Vinegar on baguettes?
Yes.
You know what a baguette is, right? It's bread. Lastly, this is anybody in the room here likes spiders? Anybody a big fan of spiders?
Heather loves spiders.
Does she? Oh, well, this is right up your Strasse then, Heather. Okay, so the combined amount, or the combined weight, if you like, of all the food consumed by all the spiders on Earth in 1 year is greater than the combined weight of all humans.
What?
You want to extrapolate from there? By all means. Ergo, if spiders saw us as din time, they could take us out. There you go, Heather. Have sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, my friend. So that's some absurd facts. Thanks to Rod.
Thanks to Rod. Rod's absurd.
I have
facts.
decided, since you were also compliant and helpful, there will not be a quiz today.
Yay! No
Thank
quiz.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I barely paid attention myself. So
There's going to be a quiz for you.
Yeah.
All right, Mel, do you have something for us?
Yeah. Do
Lay
you
it
want to go
on.
to Florida again? Because Florida's got lots of great ones.
I have mixed opinions on going to
What?
Florida.
I'm going to Florida? Why?
Well, it's really hot in the summer.
Well,
There's a lot of weirdness in Florida.
that's.
But they have lots of good flavors of potato chips. That was a side-eyed at Leslie, who brings me potato chips. No, but please go ahead. Florida.
right.
Yeah, yay, Florida.
I sometimes wonder if folks in Florida think twice about crazy stunts.
Like
I'd
what?
hate to end up as the next Florida man in the news, says Shannon. It's a 35-year-old man from Jacksonville.
Oh, not Jacksonville.
He had the bright idea to fire a 6-inch fireworks rocket at his girlfriend before peeling out in his Mustang.
It's not very nice.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
How did he expect this drive-by prank to end?
I don't know.
Who knows? These things can go pretty fast and are sharp enough to put an eye out. But rocket science obviously isn't Shannon's strong suit.
For few people, it
Get
is.
it?
Yeah.
So he lit up the rocket's fuse, rolled down his window, and began to drive slowly by the unsuspecting young lady. And then the rocket launched. Perhaps it went off sooner than Shannon had expected, or perhaps it jumped out of his hand. Perhaps he's just a really poor aim. Whatever the reason, the rocket missed the window and ricocheted all over the interior of the coupe.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No, I'm
Sitting
barely.
there, there's just a rocket shooting around in the car. What would you do in this situation, Rod?
Cry? Hide in the glove box?
You can't really curl up and cover your face in the fetal position.
I can't try it right now.
You should.
I will.
We should go to the car and you can try.
I
Let's see what happens.
I will.
So he's trapped inside this car with a ricocheting rocket.
Mm-hmm.
After a dizzying moment of flames and confusion, the rocket finally lodged itself somewhere it wouldn't bounce out of. Shannon's crotch. And then it exploded.
Oh,
What timing.
what's he get for a dick move?
Ba-dum-ba. Shannon told the press that the explosion was more than deafening. It was more than disorienting. It sounds as if it completely blacked out for a moment. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear, I couldn't walk, clearly. I thought I was dead. Luckily, Shannon's neighbors heard the explosion and rushed to the scene. These neighbors found Shannon on fire. They quickly put him out and discovered he was burned from his groin down to his toes.
Jesus.
When first responders let's try that again. When first responders took him out of the mess and his singed clothes, the outlines of his sandals were also burned into his feet.
Wow.
As expected, Shannon was rushed to the hospital and treated for second-degree burns. No word yet on if Shannon is intact.
Well, second-degree burns, I mean, they suck.
Yeah,
But,
but it exploded on his dick.
well, that's what you get, man. Like, ever hear of just breaking up? You know what I mean?
But I
Seriously?
think he was doing it to be funny, because it said it was his girlfriend, not his ex-girlfriend.
I'm going to bet it's the latter now.
Yeah, well, fair
You
enough.
know, seriously,
Run for the
anybody who
hills.
shoots a fireworks at me, their ass is grass. Like, they're not on my Christmas card list.
You
They're
know what
done.
would be a funny trick?
No, it'd be an unfunny trick. Yeah, dude. That's where you come up swinging on shit like that.
Uh-huh, right.
Yeah, nope. So Shannon, eh?
Yeah, I looked it up to see if there was any update, but it only happened 2 days ago, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. So he's probably still
So he
infirm.
might still be
Dummy.
getting his dick sewn back.
Well, I trust it probably didn't come to that. Yeah. Hey, anybody here ever been to Iran?
Can't say it.
You can say.
I'm just not a liar.
Oh, so you haven't been to Iran?
Unfortunately, no.
Depends on the time in history. It would be a fascinating country to visit, but there'd be a lot of stuff you'd want to learn ahead of time. Where the hell's the bacon for my BLT? Right? Just a lot of LT. But we're gonna go to
Anyways.
we're gonna go to Iran. Not literally, of course, but we're gonna talk about a story about Iran. Mel,
What?
would you say that you apparently shower quite regularly?
Well, I
know
try.
you're not a fan of baths.
No, that's gross.
Anybody here love a good bath? Me too. I don't tell anybody this. Keep it a secret. I actually have a little boat I sometimes take in.
No, there's an infographic.
It's
for
blue and green. I haven't
would
named
be.
it yet. Maybe the minnow.
the minnow.
I've been watching a lot of Gilligan's Island this week.
Apparently, yeah. No, baths are gross. But continue.
I will. Okay, so this Iranian man, Amu Haji, also known as Uncle Haji, was known as the world's dirtiest man. Haji, who died in 2022, believed that using soap and water would make him sick. He is known for not having bathed for over 60 years.
Delicious.
Kind of makes you want to give him a little cuddle, doesn't it, Mel? Yeah. There's a clean spot right there.
No, I don't think there is.
In a previous interview given to the Tehran Times in 2015, he revealed his favorite meal was porcupine, and that he lived between a hole in the ground and a brick shack built by concerned neighbors in the village of Dejga. He told the outlet at the time his unusual choices were down to emotional setbacks when he was younger.
Emotional damage.
Years of not bathing had left him with skin covered in soot and pus.
Oh, God. Just as I'm taking a sip. Pus.
While his diet had consisted of rotten meat and unsanitary water drunk from an old oil can. He was also fond of smoking, being pictured on at least one occasion puffing on more than one cigarette at once. Now, who hasn't done that
Well.
in younger days, you know? Yeah. Attempts to bathe him or offer him clean water to drink made him sad, the news agency said.
No, made him sad.
Hey, man.
Aw.
After pressure from villagers, Haji finally washed. He became ill shortly afterwards and died at the age of 94.
94, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but I think he was 94 when he took the bath, so, you know. Whether he holds the record for having gone the longest without taking a bath has been a matter of some debate. Back in 2009, there were reports of an Indian man who had, at that point, not washed or brushed his teeth for over 35 years.
I didn't even think about the teeth.
What had happened to him since was not immediately clear.
Wow.
So that's Uncle
I'm gonna go
Haji.
home and shower now.
I think you should take a bath.
No.
Why, you also think the same, that soap and water will make you sad?
No, I think butt water will make me sad.
Yeah, you always, when I say I'm having a bath, you're like, ooh, butt water.
Yeah, it
Dude,
is. It's gross. No, thank you.
You need help. I'll lend you my boat.
No, okay.
You can play
I'm
with it,
good.
the
No.
boat. Come back to me, Mel. Come back. Oh, you just snorted.
I totally snorted.
Don't go into the light, Mel.
Yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from Carol Ann on Poltergeist?
Great movie.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
can you imagine, like, I don't, if I've gone on a fishing trip,
Yeah.
I haven't bathed per se, I've gone swimming,
Right.
but I haven't, like, gone soap and water for 4 or 5 days, and
Yeah,
I feel,
no, that's gross.
I feel like an orc
Gross.
or a goblin or something afterwards. Can you imagine 60 years?
No, I cannot.
How would your skin not be, like, full of disease and...
Gross. It's good
Wow.
for the immune
Hey,
system.
Ben, you still want to go to Iran? You can't bathe. We'll see. Here, take your van. All right, guys, we're a little light on time, so we're going to do one more story to add it in here. How many people here enjoy driving?
Sometimes.
All right. So, neuroscientists have taught rats to drive tiny cars. They taught them this, and what did the rats end up doing? They started taking the cars out on joyrides. Scientists taught rats to drive to a certain destination, but the rodents took a detour, suggesting they enjoy both the journey and the rewarding destination. We crafted our first rodent car from a plastic cereal container. After trial and error, my colleagues and I found that rats could learn to drive forward by grasping a small wire that acted like a gas pedal. Before long, they were steering with surprising precision to reach a Fruit Loop treat. Well, who wouldn't, actually?
Fruit Loop tree?
Don't you like Fruit Loops? Isn't that you?
love Fruit Loops.
Well, so you could do this test, too. As expected, rats housed in enriched environments, complete with toys, space, and companions, learn to drive faster than those in standard cages. This finding supported the idea that complex environments enhance neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change across a lifespan in response to environmental demands. After we published our research, the story of driving rats went viral in the media. The project continues in my lab with new improved rat-operated vehicles, or ROVs as we call them. These upgraded electrical ROVs, featuring rat-proof wiring, indestructible tires, and ergodynamic driving levers, are akin to a rodent version of Tesla's Cybertruck. As a neuroscientist who advocates for housing and testing laboratory animals in natural habitats, I found it amusing to see how far we've strayed from my lab practices with this project. Rats typically prefer dirt, sticks, and rocks over plastic objects. Now, we have them driving cars.
I hope they do races. That'd be cool.
That would be cool,
That would be
actually.
cool. Yeah, you can bet on rat races.
But humans didn't evolve to drive either. Although our ancient ancestors didn't have cars, they had flexible brains that enabled them to acquire new skills. Fire, language, stone tools, and agriculture. And sometime after the invention of the wheel, humans made cars. Yeah, like in the 1880s.
Right.
Although cars made for rats are far from anything they would encounter in the wild, no shit, really? We believe that driving represented an interesting way to study how rodents acquire new skills. Unexpectedly, we found that the rats had an intense motivation for their driving training, often jumping into the car and revving the lever engine before their vehicle hit the road. Look at that, eh?
Oh,
Of
that's
mice
great.
and men.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, rat races. That would be
That would be
interesting.
cool, man. I'd bet on that.
Yeah. We should talk to Roger. Like maybe we can set up something in the parking lot.
Maybe, yeah. We got lots of space
I
out
don't really
here.
like rats very much, though. No.
No, not really. I got bit by one once.
Really? That must have sucked. I got bit by a mouse once.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Like I wouldn't do it again.
It was my own fault. I stuck my finger in the cage.
I thought you said it was your uncle at first. I thought that's what my brain heard. But you said it was my own fault.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say your uncle's a
It
rat.
was my uncle's fault.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. I think we're happy.
We're good. Yeah.
We're gonna ask everyone in the room to say bye. Thanks everyone for coming in today. We genuinely appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can find one of our cards on your table. Please, if you haven't already, scan the QR code and follow us on your preferred streaming service.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And on Insta and Facebook, if you wish. Mel, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah.
Do you?
Of course I do.
Do it.
If you guys want to go check out our website at theabsurdpodcast.ca, you'll find all of our streaming platforms there, and you can check them out.
Darn right, and so you should.
Yeah.
Be crazy not to.
Ooh, have another beer. I'm so excited.
I still have half of my one beer left, but I am gonna get chicken wings. My God, I'm hungry for some chicken wings.
Yep.
Ooh-wee.
Jenny.
So, if you are
Yeah, we are
ever,
talking about food.
if you are ever, yeah, we always talk about food. It seems.
Every time.
So, if you're ever in the Elmira area and you're parched and my God, what are you gonna do? You should come into Rural Roots for a beer. Stop in and say hi to Roger.
Yes, absolutely.
Tanya or Jenny. The amazing Jenny is serving us today.
Jenny's here tonight.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
Just to clarify, that's Jenny with 2 N's.
You're
so
laughing in the background.
So you don't get the wrong idea. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, and hopefully you'll tune in again. And take care of yourselves and one another.
Bye.
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 The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.